Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hawkcast. Today's episode, we have a little bit of a unique one. Me, Mr. Cummings, Mr. Amberg, and Mr. Czeck took it upon ourselves to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and try every single sauce to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, where we kind of all agreed that 5 was maybe average, maybe a tiny bit below average. And realistically, we kind of rated it on a scale of would we ever eat this wing again? Or maybe if we saw it at a party or something, maybe we would be willing to try it. It's kind of where we ended up landing with our scale. It was a lot of fun, especially when you get to the end of it, when we're starting to eat some of the really, really spicy wings. And we don't all deal the same with spice. At the beginning of the episode, though, we do answer a few random questions like we always do before we get into the Buffalo Wild Wing sauces. So enjoy the episode.
Hey fellas, how's it going today?
It's going really well.
Really well. That's good.
Just another day living the life.
Yeah, we all are.
I've got coffee.
You got, well, I'm so jealous right now. I made a huge mistake not getting coffee.
It's French roast if you want to do something special out there.
Ooh. Typically, I just like my coffee super dark.
It's dark. French roast is
I know
dark.
nothing about coffee other than I just want it to be black.
I know you don't like the fancy coffee with the gingerbread cookies in it.
Yeah, that's weird.
I just prefer, Monster energy drinks. I don't
Zero sugar.
That always
Exactly.
surprises me.
I don't like the coffee.
Not me. It
That
helps
stuff
win
will kill
basketball
you.
games.
It's a good point. Without those two monsters, you're right.
You don't beat Cheyenne.
Oh no, absolutely. I agree with that. I was dogging it. I was tired, and then just
Monster?
Is this a Monster commercial?
It could
That's
be.
our first sponsor.
I don't like it. Hashtag not a sponsor.
Zero sugar.
I-
Oh, we
You're
still
out
have
there
sponsor
listening.
shot. We still have
Oh.
sponsor slots open.
Did we have
Yeah,
lots of...
I mean, we're not trying to push them or anything.
We can contact
Bigger.
Forest Lions. We could
Son of a gun. Guys, it's over. Well, I'll just cut it all out, but that's why we're going to do another clap here.
Okay.
So, all right, here, ready? All right, coffee. Yeah, the Monster Energy drink. So explain this to me. Did we get the right ones, first of all?
The red ones are my favorite. I do like to switch it up once in a while. In a pinch, I love the Casey's, the 2 for $4.
Yep.
That's a great deal. Don't
Two
get me
for
wrong.
what?
Monsters. They have 2 for $4 monsters. Isn't that what you did?
Not
No.
bad.
Kind of.
You
it was
do
like
know-
2 for $4.45.
Two
You do
for
know the
$4.45?
marketing
Oh.
behind Monsters goes back to like direct reference to Satan, right? Even if you look at the slashes on there, 666.
What are we doing? Maybe.
No, like legit. I was watching a YouTube video about it, and everything on YouTube is truthful.
100%.
100%.
I was nervous
fact
that we
checking.
didn't get the right ones.
No, the red ones are my favorite.
And they were the correct ones.
the
Because there was a
zero
red
sugar
one,
one's
and then there
perfect.
was like an off red one.
Okay, no,
It
you
was a
definitely
weird
got the ultra red is my favorite. But
Good deal.
I like to buy. I get the 30-pack from Costco or Sam's Club, and they've got a red, white, and a blue one. And I try to give away the blue ones. They'd still do the trick, but it's just not the same. And
It's
so
fair.
The white is the traditional one that a lot of people like, but I still think the red is the best.
Gotcha.
Well, when you're giving away those blues, you know where we are.
You have coffee and a Monster? You're insane.
Well, on PD day, I had 2 cups of coffee and a Rockstar.
Ooh, nice.
Party like a rock. Party
Dude,
like
Rockstars
a rock
are,
star.
I mean, if you like Rockstar, at Hornbach's, they're 10 for 10 right now.
I
It's
do like
unbelievable.
Rockstar.
Do they have zero sugar Monster or Rockstar?
Somewhere.
There's nothing about sugar that I don't
I've always
want.
liked the Nosses.
Dude, I have a nasty story about Nas.
Maybe
So I
Nos
was
now.
drinking it. If you get it in the can, it's fine. But if you get it in the bottle, you're risking some stuff.
What?
There used to be bottles of it. I don't know, because they had it actually. Fast and the Furious was huge, right? And that's when nitrous oxide became NOS, essentially, right? Because before it's always been nitrous oxide.
You mean like in the screw top bottles, like the
Yeah.
aluminum?
Yeah. No, it wasn't an aluminum screw top bottle. It was a plastic bottle, and it had a cap on it, but it looked like a valve handle, like you would
Okay.
to open up a pipe or whatever.
Sounds nasty.
Yeah. So I was drinking it because I liked it. It tasted good. And I got to the bottom, and I looked in that bottle, and there was just black gunk all over the bottom of it. And I've never been able to drink NOS since.
What do you think's in the rest of the energy drinks?
I don't know. I don't want to look because I don't want to ruin it.
So the moral of the story is don't drink them out of a see-through bottle.
Yes.
No, it wasn't a see-through bottle. It was a blue bottle. It's completely blue. The moral of the story is don't ever look in the bottom of your bottle.
That's
What about Jenny? What if Jenny's in the bottle?
Is that a song reference or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are Genie in the bottle? Christina Aguilera?
My thing isn't most of the stuff at the bottom of the can your backwash anyways? So it's like,
Realistically,
how do you
yes.
know that black
So-
stuff didn't come from your mouth?
No, it could be, but I was thinking it's like leaves and like have you ever had like tea?
Yes,
There's always like tea leaves at the bottom.
it's also true.
Yeah, but like
I'll drink
energy drink leaves.
that.
Yeah, those are real.
That's
Cocoa
real.
leaves.
That's real. For sure.
Okay, well, it hopefully leads us to the money tree.
All right. What's
All right,
next?
gentlemen. Here's what's on the agenda today. Well, obviously, we all embarked on a giant escapade at Buffalo Wild Wings trying every single sauce. And it was remarkable. And I think we paid monetarily for it and maybe physically later for it. But it was worth it. It was good.
Quite
I
the
also
adventure.
really enjoyed watching Kyle sweat.
Ooh,
A
he's a
lot.
sweater.
He
You
was
are a sweater.
sweating puddles.
When we got
So-
to those last couple of them, all I did was just smell it and was like, yep,
Addison was
here
sweating
it
puddles
is.
as well.
That's because that's what I do.
So we'll get there. But first things first, what would this show be without a random question? And we're going to go with Would You Rathers because they're always fun to talk about. Here, this is an interesting one in my mind, and there's one that I want to go to right away because of a movie that I've seen. But then the other one's just like, man, there's so many good practical uses of it. But would you rather be able to teleport anywhere on the Earth or read minds?
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes.
Can you stop reading minds?
Correct. Yes. So this is something that, because if you can only always just read minds all the time, that would be the worst thing ever. So I'm going to start reading this person's mind. I'm going to stop reading this person's mind.
What's the distance you have to be to read their mind?
Visual. You can
So
see.
if I could see the person, I can read their mind.
Correct.
I want to be able to read minds.
I think I would do the same thing. And
The benefit, it would be so high.
Yes.
It'd be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I think is important there, though, is that you said high. It's something that, like, once you start, you're not going to be able to stop.
That's okay.
Like, you can, like, yeah, you can choose not to, but it's going to become just part of your everyday aspect, and you'll never be able to have a genuine relationship with someone again because you're always going to have a level of control and power over them that's not mutual.
Correct.
In order to have a relationship, there has to be mutual accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And so you totally lose that ability to have a mutual relationship with somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would switch in your verbiage would be you wouldn't be able to create
You're saying if you already
relationships.
have one?
Yeah.
But wouldn't it degrade any relationship you already have? Because there might be aspects that they've kept from you, little white lies along the way that were important in maintaining your guys' friendship or
oh,
marriage.
that's true.
I agree. No, yeah, but I think you have to understand that, like, as much as someone else doesn't, has those things that you have those things too, and you have to either accept them or, like, use it correctly. If you had, like, your own rules that you got to follow, like, if I would have, like, a rule system in my brain, and, like, if you used it for, like, a competitive advantage
Yes.
in, like, coaching or in sport,
Yep.
or if you used it in, like,
Oh,
an advantage to gain
man.
a job, or
You'd
to,
have to
like,
keep that secret. So, like,
yeah,
But
you wouldn't be
so-
able to tell anyone. It's like being a witch. You can't tell people you're a witch.
Yeah.
it's true.
I mean, it's kind of like the whole debate of, like, with
Any
most of the
superpower.
X-Men universe of
It's also, yep. Yeah.
like, these people have such a godlike ability. Teleporting, I can see. Like, teleporting is its own thing. It's interesting enough. But what I like about teleporting a little bit more is I'm already such a high self-monitor and already, like, want to know what's going on in people's heads that I think I'd have a hard time. Like, I don't want that power. I don't want to have to tell myself, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to abuse that.
You would have to be extremely disciplined.
What I don't like about teleporting is that it's selfish. Like, I'm
reading
gonna
Reading
people's
minds is the most
minds
selfish
isn't?
thing you could do.
Yeah, but they don't know that. If I could teleport somewhere, it would be me going somewhere by myself. That's boring. I don't want to go somewhere
What if we use the rules of jumper?
that if you touch them,
You hold them.
if you're holding
If you're
them,
holding them, you can go.
can you
That's
also?
kinda like if you've ever seen Dragon Ball Z, the instant transmission. You can bring people as long as you're touching them.
Yeah,
It's fair.
I love when
if you
Piccolo
could
busts that out
teleport
early on.
multiple people, then probably. But all I can imagine is like, oh, I want to go to the Grand Canyon today, and I'm like, oh, I'm sitting here by myself.
Yeah.
I'm more looking at it from the day-to-day thing because I am late to school every day. Sorry, Dr. Spees, Cronin, and etc. Sorry just to ruin that for you guys, but I'm late every day. So if I could, like, just day-to-day transportation, like, you know what I mean? Like, go to the grocery store. Go
I've
back
never
home.
been
How much
late.
money would it save you?
That would be
How much
your-
money would instant teleportation save you?
Save you a lot of money on gas.
Exactly.
And a lot of
it's
time on
like-
travel.
Gas is $2 a gallon.
Okay, fine.
Well, I
Still
mean,
travel
that's
time, though.
$2
But travel
down
time?
in my pocket.
What did we talk about in episode 2, right?
Tyler's money.
Mr. Cummings doesn't like traveling
I hate it. Absolutely.
at all.
But you would still like teleport in at 8:01.
Why wouldn't
Because I'd still be late anyway.
Yeah, it's because
oh,
you-
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
contract is 7:45?
Our contract starts at 7:45.
Yes,
Oh wow.
Yes.
Sorry.
Now you're made
7:45 to 3:35.
3:35 is fine. I stay late. For what I lack in being on time, I make up for staying late.
Well, sounds like you're quite a bit late.
I mean, I didn't know our contract.
I
started at
cracked a joke
7:45.
about 8:01, and you're like, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm close to 8:01.
I thought that the contract started at 8:00. Whoops.
Well,
Just
doesn't go
kidding.
till 4,
I'm
that's for
just
sure.
kidding.
all right.
More like a 7:55
I do
kind
think-
of guy.
I do think that there is an interesting ethical dilemma between these two, and like they're
Yeah.
not necessarily comparable.
No,
Like,
they're not.
Invisibility versus teleportation might be
That'd be closer.
more comparable,
Maybe.
But also, visibility is also could be
But,
pretty
like-
sketchy.
but mind reading versus control. Like if you could control people with your mind or read their minds, like those two would be an interesting comparison between.
I could hardly
Controlling
control
would be
myself.
very-
I wouldn't want to control anybody else.
But if you
Yeah.
could control someone else, you'd have too much power.
Here would be an amazing benefactor of being able to read people's minds, though. If you have a child,
Oh, for
especially
sure.
of the age of my children, 9 months old,
Your child.
I can read.
But do you want to read the mind of your teenage child?
No, God,
Yes.
no.
I would
but
like
no,
to
at the same
read
time.
mind my wife. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's
where
the
do you
other
want to
thing.
go out to eat? I don't care. And then it's like,
Chipotle.
you want to go to B-Dubs? Let's go. Also, where it's like, what's
Okay,
wrong?
where would you like to go that's affordable?
Yeah. Where would you like to go?
And
Yeah.
then it's like when we're all married here, we can all agree this happens. Where it's like, what's wrong? And they're like, nothing's wrong. And then something is definitely wrong.
Absolutely.
But now we could figure out
Oh.
what's wrong.
What do you want for Christmas?
Ooh,
Done.
there you go. That's a good one.
I'm a great gift giver, so that doesn't bother me.
I am not. I
I
bought
suck
myself
at it.
some shoes. My wife said she liked them, and so I bought her the exact same shoes. And
That was a bad idea.
that was a bad idea because now I can never wear mine, or she can never wear hers. Because I guess this whole couples wearing the same thing isn't in anymore. I don't know.
That's fair.
We wear the same thing
Uh,
at home all the time.
It's also fair. My wife bought me this sweater that I'm wearing, and she was like, I love Patagonias. You should get a Patagonia.
You and Kyle do the same thing.
And I did the exact same thing, and she loves it, though. But it's also not the same color.
Did you do that
It's a
for
different
her
color.
or for you? To
Her,
stay
she
with?
likes it. She wanted one.
No, the color difference.
Oh, well,
Sure, is more of a color that suits her.
it's a beige, yeah. It's a beige. Goes with
How
the
do you
red hair.
spell beige?
Oh,
Beige.
I can
No,
barely
I
spell
don't.
tan. So
I don't think that's right.
It's completely correct. 100%.
I think you spelled bagel.
Senegal? What?
does it
No.
have the little over
Uh,
E or anything like that?
No, hers, but it was also the only color that they offered. So I was kind of pigeonholed into one color.
I think you bought the
I went-
exact color you're meant to buy.
Yep, it's also true. Very true. So yeah,
The thing, what about your pets? If I could read my pet's mind, I would always
would that
have
really
that
be a
brand.
benefit? I mean, what are you going to read in Cooper's mind?
That he loves me. I want to
Exactly.
hear it.
I suppose,
I want to
maybe.
hear my dog say he loves me.
Anytime you're having a bad day, then you just got to go look and read
But
Cooper's
here's the
mind.
deal: dogs are
I
for sure
love
smarter
you.
than people. Okay,
Absolutely
because
not.
he can
I
speak
disagree. But
some English, and I can speak zero dog. So who's smarter?
Valid point.
That's fair. If you want to go out there,
Your logic is infallible.
you're right. Yep, this just in: dogs smarter than humans.
He
I
knows a
already
good
know what my
bit.
dog is thinking, anyways.
I think a dog for sure is more emotionally intelligent than I am.
Okay,
But
but how do you know? Like, I want to know if my dog is like hurt or hungry
No, I agree.
or like.
Dogs
That
are
could
always
be-
hungry.
That could be
Yeah.
beneficial.
I am too, but
Or the fact that you could run a dog to death technically because they won't stop running. But
yeah,
in their mind, they're probably like, I wish you would stop running.
like
Or
stop
stop
throwing this frisbee.
riding this horse or ATV that I have to
Yeah.
run beside. Maybe could I just get on it?
Imagine like if you
Even no.
read the mind of like the person who's interviewing you.
Yeah.
how could you not get the job?
But
Also true.
here's the thing with this too, though. Like, all right, so inevitably there are always going to be people who
Exploit
don't
it.
think you do a good job at something, right?
Yes.
It's life.
And so being able to, but there's a difference though, because you're not constantly faced with those insecurities. Like, you did a nice thing, and your parents are like, yeah, cool, thanks for the picture. But realistically, the picture's trash. Now, there are times in your job where you don't necessarily do the best of jobs, right?
Sure.
Could be.
Can you imagine being able to read your boss's mind and they're like,
Well, you just don't at that time.
Well,
That's why you have
the
to
other
really
thing
be
is
controlling of it.
how many times is there a miscommunication about something?
Also true.
Where like you did something that was justifiable in your mind because of X and Y and Z, and that other person doesn't see those things, and then you could clarify that. Like, hey, the only reason I was not in the classroom is because I was getting a Band-Aid because this person cut open their leg.
Hey,
Like,
the
oh, that
only
makes
reason
sense.
I wasn't in the classroom is because I'm late every day.
Or
Because I cannot teleport.
because I can't
Yeah.
tell. I do think I have to go with the being able to read minds because there's a lot more practicality to it, and I like road trips.
Okay.
But
That was a jab.
I think, sorry, but I think if I did the reading minds, I would probably end up alone somewhere in
Well,
like 20, 30, 40 years.
There's movies about this, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
What a Woman Wants.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Yep.
You like
Famous
volleyball
movie.
already.
Before he went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already like volleyball.
Well,
Yep.
yeah.
Why not have one as a companion?
Yeah.
You know, similar Castaway. Got it. Well, what about
I don't know. I just don't know the consequence. I just don't think I can wrap my brain around the consequences of being able to read minds.
you ever seen the movie Click?
Ooh.
That's kind of the scenario
that's a
that
little bit of a
you're
scenario.
heading towards, right?
Yeah.
Like you are fast forwarding through these monotonous things, and all of a sudden, like, oh gosh,
I
this
could
keeps
bring
going.
I could bring this back into history to a degree of sense where like I think I just would have to become a better version of myself faster. Right? It's the same thing that happened with all the physicists when they created the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
As soon as the bomb went off, they were like, most of them were like, what have we done? We can't put this away now. We've created it. It's now in the world. We all have to become way better people now so that we don't blow this place up.
Yeah.
Blow everything up. Right? I think that's what would have to happen to a degree. It'd just be like, I would just have to become a better version of myself way faster. Which isn't a bad thing.
Oh,
I think that's a good thing.
Think
But if
about
you
the
could
word that you said earlier, discipline. Just can you discipline yourself? Can you police yourself? Because
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like I'm a sweets person. The average person, you know, like they have their dinner, somebody brings out the cookie tray, they're like, oh, cool, let me grab one of those. I'm the person that's like, takes two of them. Do you have any ice cream that I can throw in the middle of this? Make a little cookie sandwich, and that's me. So the discipline part is where I would struggle, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. If you can do it, I think it would be super practical and valuable if you could control it and discipline yourself.
Oh,
To
100%.
utilize it, for sure.
But what's one of the biggest flaws with humanity?
Yeah.
free will.
Case in point, we still haven't blown ourselves up yet.
Does it
Keyword
does
being
it
yet.
change free
Yeah.
will though? When you have this ability, like, because in a way you can control other people, because if you know exactly what they're thinking,
Oh, you can manipulate. For
you
Yeah.
can manipulate the living heck out of them.
Oh, yeah. That's why you have to be a very
Also-
disciplined person.
I've seen Inception.
It also puts you in
Dream
like
within a
Good point.
dream.
it also puts you in like interesting romantic situations to where you can really abuse. Like, it just totally redefines
Yeah.
relationships.
Well,
And-
that's,
But it
That's
also,
what
what percentage of like a relationship in love is anticipating needs? If you can anticipate someone's needs, like you
Yeah.
could be the best, like lover. You could be the best relationship, like
Yeah.
because you're always doing what that person needs and maybe won't ask for.
yes.
Absolutely. But what love, like, imagine this is like a stat. Imagine selfishness is a stat here.
Yes.
Having this ability, does it not raise your own selfishness over time just innately by being able?
It could.
It could.
And
I
that's
don't know.
that's where the checks and the discipline has to come in so that you don't let that happen. But it's very it easily could.
I mean, with great
Happen.
power comes great responsibility, but there's also that innate reality within
You're not
humanity
Superman,
that
you know?
power, and like
Spider-Man.
absolute
Close.
power,
That's what she says.
absolutely corrupts.
Absolute power absolutely corrupts. Yeah, that's what they say.
Will you either live long enough? You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yep.
Batman.
Also true.
There you go. Harvey
I
Dent.
think we've covered our bases.
I
Yeah, I
feel
mean,
like one last thing is just I don't think I can handle another voice inside of my head. There's just too many in there already. It's just like if I heard somebody else's thoughts in my own head, it would just I would explode.
So you're taking
That's what this
teleportation?
show is about.
You take teleportation then?
I still think just for the day-to-day things, absolutely.
Fair.
Yes.
I'm with you. Teleport.
Because once again,
So we're
discipline,
Yeah, we're
me,
split.
discipline,
Where's
not really
Mrs.
there.
Crane? We always need Mrs. Crane, and she's never here.
I know what you'd pick.
Oh, she would absolutely pick Read Minds.
Yeah.
Win. Done.
All right. It's case is closed.
Yeah, case closed. Reading minds is better.
Where
Anyway,
would she teleport to with 2 kids?
what's she gonna do? Daycare?
Well, I think
Cool.
we like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We're gonna transition to our beat-ups conversation because it's important, and we need to let you all know what the introductory ones. If it's your first time going to Buffalo Wild Wings, if you're a veteran, maybe some that you should try. Whatever the case is, we're gonna rate some of these. I think I'm gonna go ahead and let Addison take the lead a little bit since he was the
Primary?
procurator, what's I don't know, a curator. That's the word I'm looking
Basically,
for.
the guy who made an excuse to get us to all go to beat-ups with
He
him.
was the wing
Exactly.
connoisseur.
You were the person that set all this up and got us all together, and then we were just along for the experiment, and it was great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like everything there needs to be a scale. So, what we did is out of 10, we ranked at each wing. 25% of the score was based on how it looked, appearance,
Yes.
and then 75% of the scale was based on taste. And basically, ultimately, would you eat this wing again?
Yeah.
Like that's how you figured it out. We took a lot of data, we shoved it into a spreadsheet, and we popped out numbers. Basically, I think ultimately, I think I found a lot of wings that I don't want to eat,
Yes.
and a lot of wings that I would like to eat again. So I think a good place to start is like, I would never eat this again. Here's what you should stay away from.
Pizza.
I just wanted to add pizza. I just wanted to add one thing where Nathan, when we went, your take on this I thought was brilliant. Where it's like if this was at a party, because like chicken wings at a party, they're good or they're great or you know what I mean. It's like they could be awful. It's just where it's like if this was at a party, would I eat it kind of thing. I liked that take on that as well. So I just wanted to chime in on that.
Yeah. So I think the lowest rated wing, probably surprisingly, was the original buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
It was just a wing with butter on it.
Typically, buffalo is like a spicy sauce that is mixed with butter to stick to the wing. And this particular batch of buffalo sauce was horrible.
Yes, it was.
Lowest rating out of 10, 1.5.
Yeah.
It can't get much lower than that.
No.
I just don't even understand how it was. How is that on a menu?
I don't know how it made it on there. I'm hoping that it was just a bad day. But
Yeah.
I just remember when we tried the dry rub buffalo, and you thought that that's what it was.
Yeah.
And because I like the dry rub buffalo, I like it. You can also buy it at Walmart, just so you know. If you want to try it on your own wings at home, absolutely, you can do that. But I was kind of hurt that you didn't like that, but it was because you were getting different whiffs and smells at the same time. So
Yeah.
the original buffalo sauce was so bad that I thought it was overpowering other tastes that I hadn't even eaten it yet. That's how bad it was. Looking at our data points, the next worst wing was the Carolina Reaper. Definitely the hottest wing.
For sure. I think that factors into it.
do we need to
It has
preface
to.
that blazing is not a thing anymore?
Yeah.
Yep.
Blazing wings.
So
are
Carolina Reaper is the highest or lowest?
hottest. spice.
Hottest? There we
The
go.
hottest.
So I think it factors in because there's a spicy aspect that I think a lot of us maybe would like, right? It's got to be spicy and it's got to be somewhat hot because it has a little kick to it.
It
for us
has to make me
enjoy it.
sweat a little bit for me to enjoy it.
But there is a point of diminishing returns where it gets to the point where it's just too hot, where now it's just painful or doesn't taste because it's just hot. And that's just not worth it. Now, if you have a developed palate for it, there's probably a niche group of people that really love Carolina Reaper.
Yeah.
Obviously, not us four.
Would I eat it again? Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. It's definitely a wing that's like, you guys want to do it?
Yeah.
Maybe 6
All right,
months
let's
from now,
go.
if we decide we need to do this again.
It's like childbirth. You have to like black it out, and then you go at it again.
Sure. Anyways.
So on a scale of 10, that was a 2.65.
Yeah.
So pretty low score. And then it starts to kind of be in like this wiggle area. There is one more for sure bottom tier wing that I would never eat again.
Pizza.
The lemon pepper.
Oof, my wife is shaking her head at you right
The
now.
lemon pepper sauce.
Oh, yes, okay.
Not the dry rub.
We're actually on the same page about that then.
Lemon pepper sauce. It tastes like Pledge. Tastes like lemon Pledge.
Lemon
It's
pledge.
incredibly accurate.
Oh, that's funny.
It's
just-
one of those things you put on your tongue and you want it off immediately.
It was just like,
We also need to say that we did not use any ranch for any of these wings.
Nothing.
No
True.
blue cheese,
Nothing.
nothing. It's
It's
just
the wing itself.
Traditional wings.
Wing.
Bone in.
because if you like
I think it's
boneless
funny.
wings, those are just fancy chicken nuggets.
It's also true. But I do think it's funny because I'm looking at the numbers of our actually, right? So you guys rated it all pretty low, but then there's me. I didn't rate it high, but I gave it a 5 out of 10.
You brought her up.
Yeah, I brought that easily probably could have been the worst wing on this list had it not been for my 5.
It
there
would've
were a
probably-
couple that I
Carolina
got
Reaper
salty
would've
with you
passed
two
it.
on. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Man, why'd you guys butcher this score?
Yeah.
Yeah. So lemon pepper. Let's be specific. Lemon pepper sauce.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. It's not the dry rub. It's the sauce. It's a new wing. Came out probably 6 months ago. That got a 2.93 out of 10.
And the dry rub was marginally better.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the dry rub was a whole lot better.
I do remember it being like, well, obviously we started from the least amount of heat, worked our way down the list.
Mhm.
So lemon pepper was one of the first wings we had.
How about our waitress asking why we didn't start with the hottest and then
Yeah.
work our way to the coldest or the
We
coolest?
want to be able to
sorry.
taste them.
Yes,
Yeah.
because also the Carolina Reaper tasted like battery acid. I would not have been able to taste anything else.
I can't even imagine what it would be like to go from like Carolina Reaper and then to salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar.
Like, how could you wouldn't be able to even realize you're eating food
Yep. True.
at that point. You're salivating so much that like everything is just like liquid. now.
Yeah.
I also think that we need to preface how we made sure to fill up, right? We made sure that we had probably about 10 wings, a serving of fries before we tasted everything, because I like how you said it, Addison, when we were at the restaurant. It's like, if you're starving, anything's going to taste good.
Yeah,
You know what I
pretty
mean?
much.
We're all
And
gonna
so,
be the best.
salt and vinegar, if we were starving and we all started there, we might have ranked that number 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, it looked.
Oh, it looked beautiful.
It did look
It
good.
was a good looking wing. Just doesn't really hold up to the flavor. But
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, yeah. The lemon pepper though, the dry rub, better. Still not ordering ever again. Don't need it in my life.
And there were some of them that like the sauce tasted great on its own.
yeah.
None of them.
Yeah.
Ooh, like, what did we say that was?
The smoky adobo.
adobo.
Yes.
That was such good sauce.
And that's the thing too. Like, there's sauces that go well with different types of food.
Yep. There was one that
Mainly
was it
potatoes.
mild? I think we said mild
For
would be like a
pizza?
great fry sauce.
Yeah.
It
Like,
would be a great fry.
you know,
sauce.
you would
dipping.
dip your fries.
It was a great fry sauce.
Yeah.
Like something you dip pizza into,
Yeah.
and like that changes the game a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I would like that. Yeah.
I think. Well, it's kind of like my first experience with all of the dry rubs.
Yeah.
And I was surprised on some of those dry rubs on like, yeah, I would eat this again. I enjoyed that.
Well, and normally you wouldn't grab them when you're just grabbing like 2 or 3 wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want your wings like sauce. You want them wet. And I think that's, when you think of chicken wings, that's what I think of.
Also,
Oh.
when we think of chicken wings, do you think of legs or drummies, or do you think of the flats?
I
Because
think of drummies.
I think of flats, and I am mind blown that I can call B-dubs and I can say I want to get traditional wings, and you told me that I can order just flats.
Yeah.
I have not. I have been to B-dubs since we did this excursion, but I have not done that. And so I kick myself every time when they bring my order out.
I kind of want to go to B-dubs at 3:45 today now.
Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that instead. We were talking about Chipotle.
Well, we're going to go to Chipotle at noon. If you want to go to B-dubs at noon, I would 100% go to B-dubs at noon.
We'll have a meeting.
I mean, aren't we all on contract time?
Well,
Yeah.
it's lunch.
Lunch.
Right, gotcha.
You
But
get
at 3:45,
duty-free lunch.
Anybody hungry and doesn't have basketball practice?
3:45, no. But there is a rumor going around. Well, they're not going to hear this podcast for a while, but there's a rumor going around that we may not have practice on Friday. So keep that in mind. If you guys would like to get, I don't know, maybe some appetizers or something at the local Big Irvs. Also looking for sponsors. But
Yeah. Hashtag not a sponsor. Could be.
Could be.
Absolutely.
And I have great
love
things
it.
to say about their kamikaze burger.
Yeah.
Good. But looking down the list, a lot of beat up sauces are right there in the middle.
Yes.
When you're like within a point of each other, it can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, like jumping back to the top end of our scale, which I think was the most surprising, the highest ranked wing we had was the jam and jalapeno.
It was good.
Yeah.
So I went into this, and I won't lie, I was looking for a new favorite sauce to get when I would go to B-dubs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was looking for something to surprise me, and I left a little disappointed knowing that I still am going to stick with my Asian zing, my spicy garlic, but
Which was number 2 on the list, and a very, very close second with Asian Zing.
and jam and jalapeno, I will say I ranked it appearance. It looked delicious. I gave it an 8, and then for taste, I also gave it an 8.
Yeah.
We did not have anything that was a perfect 10 and 10, nothing like that. But an 8 and 8 is pretty dang close.
Yep, that was pretty good.
Well, you didn't even give a 9. You're the Russian judge here.
And that was the thing. Like I said, I was looking for something to kind of blow my mind and become my new favorite. And so that's just kind of the thing, is it didn't happen.
Actually, Joel and I are the only ones who gave 9s. He gave a 9 to Thai curry for whatever reason.
The Thai curry did blow my mind. As I had that Thai curry. Now, I will say I have been back to Buffalo Wild Wings since this time as well. And guess what? I ordered Thai curry because it was like that day I wanted it. So then I got it again. Not good.
Didn't hold up.
It didn't hold up.
I think it's the one wing.
Yeah.
If you eat one wing of something, it leaves you wanting. You now have to eat like 6, 8 of them. You're like, this isn't enough.
I want to do it again though because I
we
think
had about Thai curry. We were like, this is kind of novel, but would I eat an entire plate of these?
I would do it again.
I would.
Because I think I got a bad batch.
Which
My
is
second time
also
around.
an absolute wild card with beat-ups.
Keep going, sorry.
Yeah, my second time when I ordered it to go, picked it up. Me and my wife got B-dubs. I ordered Thai curry, Parmesan garlic. And I had the Thai curry wings, and it was just a bad batch of Thai curry.
You guys eat B-dubs way more than I do.
My wife loves B-dubs. It's one of the restaurants that we can, always agree on.
Oh, so this is a mutual interest.
That's a good point.
Oh, I guess a match might have.
Snowboarding,
Volleyball.
B-dubs.
B-dubs.
3 things to a happy marriage. Take notes, gentlemen.
Yep.
Take notes. Write them down.
So, but yeah, jam and jalapeno was great. It was really good.
And I think there's something, just the way it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a good-looking sauce. It has some character to it. Has some bumps and bruises. Like, it looks good.
Yep.
And the sauce just like a little sheer so you get to see some of the stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
I do have to talk about, the different consistencies where I am a big fan of the jelly-like sauces. Like, I love Asian Zing, jelly-like sauce. The orange chicken, I was kind of surprised that didn't score as high for some of you guys. Addison, Joel, you guys didn't care for the orange chicken as much.
Nope.
But I really like I said, jelly-like sauces. I like the orange chicken. Like, if I'm feeling like Chinese food someday, I might even just call and order half Asian Zing, half orange chicken. That's actually what I might do today for lunch. I don't know, but I also like the jam and jalapeno because that was kind of a jelly-like sauce,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, orange chicken didn't score that badly on our scale. It's still in the upper half.
It's like the top 5 probably.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
eight.
not top 5.
Eight.
See, I think we do need to go. Are we sorry, are we bouncing top, bottom? Are we trying to work our way from the top down? Or can we talk about the sweet spot right now?
I think the sweet spot is the spot that people want to know about.
I think so too.
People want to know what to stay away from, and they want to know what to get now.
Yeah.
Stay away from pizza. Teriyaki, surprisingly disappointing.
It looked fantastic, though. It looked like a barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
And we all gave it a 7 on the looks. But taste, I gave it a 2.
What is going on with mango habanero?
That's a spicy wing.
For me, it was spicy. Also, if you were going to put anything sweet into a sweeter type of a part of a sauce, I guess, into a savory thing, or like I think of as chicken wings as savory, I'm automatically not going to like it very much.
But
Now,
you gave it a
most people
4.
do.
Addison gave it a 2 on taste. I gave it a 7, and Kyle gave it a 1.
I usually like mango habanero, but whatever reason it hit
Probably
different
had a
that
bad
day.
patch.
1 as in never getting again. But
Joel, I guess maybe I had a good wing, and you had a
You
bad
might have.
wing.
Could have been.
Joel, I do have a question for you, though.
Yes.
You are a Bismarck guy. You love Bismarck.
I do like Bismarck a lot.
Have you ever been to Grand Forks?
Yes.
Not
often.
I don't blame you because not born and raised, I guess. I was in East Grand Forks, Minnesota side. But in Grand Forks, there's a place called The K, and I think you should definitely check it out. Like you were saying, the sweet and savory, like you probably wouldn't like it kind of thing. I think you need to try at The K. They're known for their wings. They have a peanut butter and jelly wing, and it's fantastic. I
Sounds
like
terrifying.
it because I'm a big protein guy. Peanut butter on chicken sounds fantastic.
Also sounds weird.
And it's like the jelly just kind of. I'm a sweets guy also, so that kind of gives me a little.
So it's
sweet. It's kind of like a dessert wing.
Yeah, which I can maybe get behind because I love dessert pizza. Like dessert pizza is so good, but peanut butter on chicken freaks me out. However, I do love peanut butter and jelly together, for sure. Like a peanut butter jelly sandwich, great sandwich. Uncrustables at Costco all the time.
How do you feel about whole oranges?
What?
Whole oranges, peel and all.
Peel and all, yeah. Listeners, just so you guys know, I eat an orange like an apple.
What?
I just eat the
It's
orange.
actually wild to watch.
I just eat it.
You think he's joking until he just...
Does
Even
it.
a sliced orange
I
eats like an apple.
Yep.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Mom,
It's
come
chaotic.
pick me up.
It's a little weird.
I need a ride.
I just want, I love the rind. I just do. Of the orange. Eat the
That's
orange
crazy.
peel, all the whole thing.
Can we go back
But-
to the peanut butter and jelly really quick? Have you guys seen Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby?
Yeah.
When they're talking about their chemistry, their team chemistry, and it's like peanut butter and
Honey.
no,
I don't know.
you don't know. We'll watch
Shake
it
and
later.
bake.
Shake,
I'm
shake,
all
shake.
jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Yes.
Like a spider monkey.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Do-
Why do you always bring
I like
Jesus?
peanut butter jelly. I like peanut butter honey more.
Okay.
But peanut butter, I could maybe try. I would try it on a chicken wing. That's fine. I'll
No,
try.
I've had it. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Good deal.
Well, and it also fits Kyle's mantra.
Gotta be honest. I don't know if there's anything
Jelly
that
type
peanut
wing.
butter doesn't go on.
Also true.
Peanut butter and Nutella go on anything.
I
No.
don't eat Nutella. I never
That's the
will.
worst.
That's the worst.
All right, back to
I
wings,
just like
guys.
it by the spoonful.
Gotta get back. Gotta get back to our.
Let's talk about
pita.
my favorite wing. My all-time favorite wing. Even though today wasn't its day, I
was
would
a bad
order
day
this
for it.
wing over any wing, any time of the day. Spicy garlic.
Spicy garlic.
Which falls right into the sweet spot.
Right in the
It
sweet
is.
spot. It hits the sweet spot really hard. I think we do this any other time, it's going to be higher.
I also,
It rated 6.75. And I think that was pretty low because it looked terrible.
also,
This particular set of wings, this 5 set that came out, was not. It looked visibly unpleasing.
It's 1 point. It's like 1.125 points higher than any other wing,
Yeah,
like on taste.
on the
on
taste.
taste.
Yep.
the taste was excellent. It looked horrible.
Yeah. One thing I will say about the spicy garlic, it is a great sauce, but if you don't like spicy like at all, you can't get it. I'm not gonna say that it's that hot. It's not very hot at all, but if you don't like spice, it's not gonna go for you.
I think it has something to do with like the way that it coats the wing.
Yep.
Like when you bite into it, it coats your mouth.
Yes.
Mhm.
And you can't hide the spice with spicy garlic.
No.
even though not overly spicy, like you said, it's in your mouth and it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's what I like about it.
That being said, the spicy garlic, you can purchase it in packs of 2 at Costco.
At Costco,
Also,
I have it in my pantry.
I do too. I have it in the fridge here at school. I have chicken and veggies every day, and I put it on chicken. And the thing is, I still can't get enough of it. I order spicy garlic quite a bit when I.
How much is it a bottle?
You get a 2-pack for, I want to say, maybe $6. They're like $3 a bottle, not bad.
Yeah.
Are they looking to sponsor?
That's what I'm saying.
I would love to. I knew nothing of the spicy garlic until I met Addison, and then I had it at his house with some fries, and I was like,
From the Costco bottle.
This is amazing. So then I started getting it at Beat Ups, and it's my go-to wing now because I like a spice. Where you guys, we can talk about the other sweet spot like Asian Zing. We all liked Asian Zing. Now, mostly for me, I don't like Asian Zing because of the sweet savory. And typically, Asian sauces have a little bit of a sweeter side to it. I don't like it. However, Asian Zing, I could get behind. I would order that again. It was really good. But if I have to, for me personally, if I have to choose between a spicy garlic and an Asian Zing, those are the only 2 options that I get, and I can only get one. I'm going the spicy garlic route.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these 2, and on the menu, they're right next to each other. It goes spicy garlic, orange chicken, Asian Zing, and spicy garlic, Asian Zing, both scored very high for us. The common thing about these things on the sweet spot, also, it's like you were saying, they both have a little bit of a kick. They're both a little spicy, if you will. Spicy is in the name. But for me, like you guys said, like I'm a sweater. When I eat those 2 wings, I'm not like sweating a lot, but I do get a little precipitation just above my brow, if you know what I mean. I do break out just a little bit.
And if you're eating chicken wings and you're not getting at least a bead of sweat on the forehead, then I don't think you're eating chicken wings.
Right.
Yeah,
not doing it right.
You're not doing it correctly.
You're not doing it
So
correctly.
I got a gripe.
Yep.
I thought that Caribbean jerk surprised me. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And we all went like on appearance. It was 8, 8, 8, 9.
Beautiful wing.
Kyle busted out a 9 for it. But then when it came to taste, Joel was a 2, Addison was a 6, I was an 8, and Kyle was a 2. And I feel like this wing kind of got hosed.
Goes back to the 1 wing thing. Go and try it again. Order 10 of them.
Order a plate of those.
Also goes back to
You think you could or
there's
not?
definitely
No, I can't.
like I could taste the brown sugar in it, and if I can do that, I'm out
I think
on that wing.
You go to Unlimited Wings and you get your reorders in 5s.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone Caribbean jerk because it's a good taste. I have a hard time eating 5 of them. It's too pungent on your palate. It's a too similar flavor back to back to back.
Okay. I wonder light blue cheese with it, how it would go.
I think anything, like to anything that cut like that, it's like a really kind of a raw flavor to me. Anything that like cuts that would make it better. And even if that means like dipping it in like a leftover other sauce.
Ooh, smoky adobe.
There you go.
Two very strong flavors.
Yeah.
Mix them together and
Mix
see
them
what that
together.
looks like.
Not the pizza sauce though.
I want to talk about the one that just kind of disappointed me the most. Can we talk about that? Can we make that kind of a segment? Which one was disappointing to you guys?
Teriyaki.
Yeah, that's a good one. We all said it looked great.
Yeah, teriyaki was up there for me too. Pizza, kind of, but I was going into pizza knowing that I probably wouldn't like it. Same with Caribbean jerk.
Pizza
Must have been
tasted
OG
like the
Buffalo.
pizza
I can't believe how
Pringles.
much I hated the pizza one. I was just like completely
It was
surprised.
wasn't it Parmesan garlic with like pizza seasoning on it? Is what it became. Is
That
that
is-
basically what it is?
Yeah, it's
It
sprinkled with
Looked
a
like
jar rub.
the pizza Pringles.
Yep.
And tasted like
It
pizza
tasted
Pringles.
like Pringles.
But not good pizza Pringles.
No, it's terrible.
I still don't like pizza Pringles. So
I don't like pizza Pringles either.
I think the most disappointing is for sure. I mean, we already talked about it, so we don't have to go back into it. But the most disappointing for me was the OG Buffalo. So it's just I love Buffalo, and it disappointed very, very heavily.
That's such a strong
Oh.
name.
mine was the Chipotle barbecue, the dry rub.
Mm.
There are other restaurants that I'll go to and I'll get like
Mhm.
a Chipotle ranch, Chipotle barbecue. It sounds fantastic. It was a dry rub and it came out and it kind of scared me. I'm not gonna lie, it was dark. For the looks, I gave it a 5, and that's what I was kind of hoping would be my new like favorite. Like I said, I was looking for, and it was just very disappointing to me. I gave it a 5. It wasn't a bad wing, but it was just I got my hopes up too high on it.
Yeah.
So it was
I guess
just
I
disappointing.
brought that one down because I didn't think it looked good.
Would I dabble in it again? Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, and with those, I think with the dry rubs, it can be pretty hit or miss.
Yes.
I think if you put them in a bowl, you put the dry rub on it, shook it, it could be good. It's evenly coated. It looks presentable. But a lot of times, what we saw was they threw it in the tray, sprinkled on, and then like you got overlapping chicken wings, like some are unseasoned. Like that's pretty disappointing.
That's the thing with the dry rub. I think if you evenly coated it or had a consistent coat to it, it would be much better. Which I get at a restaurant. Maybe you don't have time to do that at a place like Buffalo
They
Wild
seem
Wings,
pretty
but
busy for like a Wednesday afternoon.
also true.
Too.
Yeah.
So,
my biggest that made me sad was probably mango habanero, because that's one I usually enjoy. It's like on the hottest side that I'll eat. I like an upper, like a 5 to an 8 type, a hot scale. I don't usually dabble with this, like the non-spicy wings. In mango habanero, I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know if like they mixed the batch wrong. I don't know if if that sauce comes in already created, or if they like have to like mix some ingredients together. It was bad. It tasted bad. Maybe the mangoes were expired.
ooh.
I don't know.
But it was pretty far down on our list, though.
That's true.
And right before that, we just had the hot ones.
Yeah.
The hot I also didn't enjoy.
Yeah, and so I just
and
wonder.
by hot, we mean that is the name of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
hot buffalo.
And so we had just gone Thai curry. We just gone jam and jalapeno Thai curry, Nashville hot, OG buffalo butter,
hot buffalo.
hot, and then mango habanero. And I wonder
That might have done
how
some.
how the palates next to each other ended up influencing some of these scores as well.
Yeah.
Because at that point we were struggling.
To
yeah.
agree.
There's
Started
definitely I would really like to do this again.
Yes.
And there'd be a couple things I'd like to either think about changing.
Yep.
One, some sort of like actual palate cleanser instead of just eating French fries to clean your palate.
You guys can
Maybe
comment
like
below.
ginger or something like that. Which
Yeah.
that's what people use to clean the palates is ginger.
Yep.
Maybe even though I'm against it, I would be willing to think about like now doing it on boneless wings. How does that change?
Let's go.
How does that change your sauce? Like
Maybe.
some things, like we talked about, are better on French fries than they are on wings. Do boneless chicken nuggets, these sauces, change how they would go? Maybe. And I think our listeners want to know.
Yeah.
Well,
How many of you get boneless wings? It's got to be pretty
boneless,
high.
you get a
Pretty
bigger
much.
bite.
Everybody.
You're not like kind of nibbling the meat off the side.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just eat the one whole wing.
You
every
shut,
time.
you pop it in your mouth.
Bam. I will say, if we're wrapping up, great. If not, it's fine. We got some time yet, too. But introductory wings, right? This is your first time at Buffalo Wild Wings ever. I think your two good choices for introductory will be honey barbecue, I think, is always it. I think that's pretty standard even across the industry. If I'm getting wings right away and I've never been to this wing place and I don't have a buddy recommending anything to me, probably going with honey barbecue. Or I would even say Parmesan garlic, I think, is also a very good introductory wing.
I think those are the two wings that I think a lot of percentage of people get those two wings.
And if honey barbecue's not right for you, like you want a little bit of spice, Asian zing is right there.
Yeah, probably.
Different flavor profile, I think.
Yeah.
I would say medium or mild.
I mean, our top 5, jam and jalapeno, Asian zing, Parmesan garlic, honey barbecue, and then spicy garlic. Like, those are all winners for anybody trying to walk in there.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
They range. What do you think? What's your introductory range, Cummings?
Like if you were to just start eating wings at B-dubs, just randomly on a Tuesday, you're just going out with your buddies, you just like, I've never had B-dubs, we'll just try this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I ranked it high. You guys did not. The sweet barbecue was pretty good. I thought it was like barbecue wings, can't really go wrong with it. I think that was a good place to start. Just, you don't, if it's like your first time eating wings, you don't maybe want to say it. It's like you're not going to sweat, you're not going to look like a fool or anything like that, like myself. But I would also say I really did like the dry rub buffalo ones again. They had a kick to it. They just, that you can't be that classic buffalo taste. And I think that's kind of that messy sauce with the barbecue would be fine. But if you want to stay a little bit cleaner, that would be a good one to do too.
That's fair.
But also, first date, just definitely go with boneless wings. Even though I disagree with boneless wings, I think that if you're on a first date, get something you eat with a fork. Don't do finger food. Don't be gross.
My
You're
father-in-law
giving
is
dating advice.
my father-in-law is a firm believer. First date, you go to a barbecue joint, you order ribs, and you like here's how we tell: are we compatible? Are you gonna be ears deep in ribs? Because that's what he wanted. And he brought my mother-in-law to the joint, and she ate ribs right off the bone, and they got messy together, and they had a great time. Which, two polar opposite ideas.
I don't think so. And here's why I
good
don't
idea.
think it's necessarily. So, in the rib scenario, you don't have a choice. You're getting messy with ribs, no matter what. Right? Nobody eats a rib with a fork and a knife.
That's how
You'd
know.
be surprised.
That's how you know if that person is someone you want to be with.
Yeah.
If that person does eat a
They're
rib
a
with a
psychopath.
knife and a fork, yeah, you just saved yourself a lot of pain.
Where at like a B-dubs or something, you have the option, right? There's boneless and there's traditional. So then, yes, you do go with boneless, I think both, first of all, just because. Unless the other person is like, I want traditional. Like, oh, okay, cool. But, like, you have a choice there. Where I feel like ribs, like, there just isn't a choice. But apparently I'm wrong. Apparently there's a choice.
The choice is wrong, or like we could potentially fall in love.
My first date with my wife was literally to go get barbecue.
Did
ribs.
she eat with her hands?
Yeah.
And that's how you knew you loved
And
her.
I'm pretty sure she paid for the meal.
Whoa.
That is what we like to call a unicorn.
I'm still married.
Yeah, and I'm still happy.
Yeah. That's
I
funny.
actually have a compatibility test that involves an orange. And
Eating the
Eating
rind.
it correctly,
You
like everybody else.
give the person the orange, and you have an orange as well, or a cutie, clementine, whatever you want to do. But you watch how they peel it, and if you peel it, like if they pick at it and you're a picker on how you peel it, that's fine. Or if you're like me and you're kind of methodical, where I try to get the whole peel off in one piece, you're compatible that way.
Done.
Joel, does your wife eat oranges by the rind? Or
No.
No. Okay. So I'm
I'm
sorry.
probably like the only person on earth that does that.
It could be like the olive thing, though. Like everyone knows the olive theory.
Sure.
One person in a relationship hates olives. One person in a relationship loves olives.
That doesn't hold up in mine.
Mine
To a
too.
degree. I love black olives. My wife loves black olives. But green olives. I love green olives. She does not like green olives.
There you go. It
Done.
holds up.
Maybe a monkey eats the rind?
No.
Freaks me out.
No. I just eat it. Just eat the rind straight up.
I do not like olives. Summer does like olives.
She loves olives. Like black olives you don't like?
I don't like all black, red, green, pinto, pimento, whatever
Pimento,
they want
a
to say.
pimento.
Really?
Taco?
Like,
Do you like olives?
oh, I love olives.
Does your
all
wife
of,
like
all
olives?
of the things you send some beautiful pictures of things you cook,
Yeah.
and you don't eat olives?
I don't eat olives, and I don't. I'll
Is it earthy taste? Do you not like earthy tastes?
No, I like earthy. I like mushrooms. I like.
I eat roots right out of the ground.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about olives. I think it's the brine that they're in, maybe. I don't know.
That could-
Fair.
You're a texture guy, aren't you?
No.
No.
I'm a foodie.
You're a foodie that doesn't
Just
like
doesn't
olives.
like
Just doesn't like olives.
That's
Maybe
fair.
I've never had them in the right scenario.
Probably not. Here's
you
how.
said you also didn't like something else that we all were like, what?
Yeah.
I usually don't eat. I don't eat fresh tomatoes on things, but that's not that uncommon.
Yeah. I
Oh,
don't like fresh
sushi.
tomatoes.
Sushi, I'll eat sushi. I just don't want to eat it.
I don't
Like-
like sushi.
Like, the taste is fine. I could eat 10 sushi rolls and be like, so what do you want to have for lunch?
That's fair. The tomato thing, I don't know why I don't really care for fresh tomatoes, but I think it's just because it like soaks into everything, and I just don't like it.
I still can't get over the fact that Tom Brady doesn't eat nightshades and tomatoes.
Tom Brady's a different person.
Well, I think that's why we all love Tom Brady.
I love
He's 43 years old, and he plays in the NFL at a very high level.
I think it's safe to say there's a lot of people who do not love Tom Brady.
Yeah, but we should all aspire to be Tom Brady.
He
If-
eats what?
and that's
a lot
coming
of
from a guy who
cabbage
doesn't
and
like Tom
A lot
Brady.
of other vegetables. Like, what do
Yeah.
goats eat?
He is the GOAT.
It's
Dude loves
insane.
carrots.
Himalayan salt as well. It's the only salt he eats. Himalayan.
TB12, baby.
Does he still have that cookbook?
Yeah, he's selling it like wildfire.
Oh, I
now. He
know.
has, like,
I
a
know it was sold
protein
out for, like-
powder now, too.
As soon as he came out with it, it was like sold out forever. You couldn't get it for the longest time.
Yeah. He is his own best salesman because he's like, look at me.
Yes.
I'm 43 years old and I'm playing in the NFL.
Still one of the best in the league.
NFC Championship game.
He probably isn't paying the $1 million a year like Russell Wilson.
You know,
He
people are
could.
paying him $1 million a year.
How many quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl on a different team? Peyton Manning, I know, has won.
Yeah.
He won for the Broncos. He won for the Colts.
Yeah.
But how
There's
many?
got to be a.
There's got to be a couple, right?
I don't know. We're
Yeah.
waiting for Nick Foles with the Bears, right?
That's not happening. Nick Foles is gone. There's no way he's coming back. As soon as he fake got injured, they were like, "This is just an excuse."
This is an
Said
excuse.
that was the play. You're going to go out. You're going to hold the ball too long, like you normally do, and you're going to get sacked, and then be slow to get up, and then we'll put Trubisky in.
This is a very different attitude on Nick Foles than you had earlier in the year.
It is a little, but then after I watched 3 or 4 games of Nick Foles, I was like, he's got to go.
Oh, he's on the Bears.
Yeah.
He's good for 1 to 2 games.
Yeah, when he first
That was
got
that one
in,
game.
yeah, that's true. When he first got in with the Bears, he started airmailing it. I'm all for that because the Bears need to pass deep, and then he stopped. Also, he got sacked a bunch because the offensive line is mediocre.
The Bears need a lot of things.
Yes, and then Trubisky got in again and started doing some things with his legs. Nick Foles doesn't have legs anymore. He got cut in half.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Any final thoughts on the B-Dubs?
I kind of want to go to B-Dubs at 3-4.
yeah. Other than I want to consume more B-dubs ad nauseum.
Yeah. I would also like to go to the B-Dubs. I wanted to try.
If anybody has a specific sauce that they want us to tell them about, let us know. We'll let you know.
Put it in
what we
the
thought.
comments.
Yeah,
If
put
you'd
it in
like
the
to see the
comments.
spreadsheet, come to see either of us.
And
Also
clearly
true.
we're accepting sponsors.
Yeah.
Also
and
true.
if your parents work at B-Dubs or own
Oh,
B-Dubs,
B-dubs.
you know, we can also do like book signings at B-Dubs,
On-demand
spreadsheet signings.
postings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can tell you what we think about everything.
Also true. That's what this podcast is for. I have an opinion on everything.
Mhm.
Not going to say it's the right opinion, but I definitely have an opinion.
It's also something where I'd like to
I
say
think under
that
your breath you would say it's the right opinion.
True.
that works.
Sort of. I can change. I'm slightly malleable. Good job, gentlemen. Another great podcast for the books, for the ears. Enjoy the rest of your journey. And enjoy the show, everybody.